Congratulations on the victory. In this game, you guys kind of just hung around and were able to pull it out at the end. I mean, that's got to be satisfactory.
Yeah, I think it started yesterday, quite frankly, even though we got, wiped out. I thought yesterday we battled very well. We came back 2 or 3 times. We couldn't quite get over the hump, but I thought yesterday's game set up today's game as far as we fell behind a little bit, but it didn't bother us. We kept having pretty good at-bats and kept competing, and good things happened today.
What about Barton? What do you hope he kind of adds to the team?
Well, he's very athletic. He's shown he can play. He's got some major league time. I expect some veteran leadership out of him. Right now he's not going to start for us, but he's going to get at bats and get playing time. And I think he played independent ball last year. No, he was in. I think he was, but he's a guy that has played in the big leagues and will give us some veteran leadership.
And Klinker, after a little bit of a rocky start, kind of got things going.
Yeah, and it's the first game of the year. The last game he pitched for us last year was in the playoffs. Pitched a great ball game for us. And I thought even though he wasn't sharp, he left some balls in the middle of the plate. He got hit a little bit early. He settled in and never gave it up, never gave in. He went ahead and kept competing, and I was happy to see that.
And all you're asking there is just to keep you guys in the game.
Well, that's all to start a season, you can have all the spring training you want. I've seen a few of our hitters that just tore up spring training all-day games. Now you get to night games. It's different. It's a different ball game, and it takes a little while to adjust sometimes.
Why is it different?
Well, just sight. I mean, our whole game is visual, and if you're and there's a total difference between day and night games. Total difference, and it takes a while to get that timing of your hand and eyes working together.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about just how much a guy like Danny Dorn means to your team? I feel like he's very overrated, or very underrated and overlooked compared to guys, the young guys like Alonso, Mesoraco, your higher prospects.
I think I guess you could look at it that way, but Dorney's always been a guy that's going to have to put up numbers to really open anybody's eyes. He wasn't a high draft choice, but there's a lot of guys that fall in that category. Chris Heisey was in that category, not a high draft choice, didn't come from a big college. Well, Dorney's got to do the same thing, and this is a huge year for him. This is a very important year, and he worked very hard all spring training and has gotten off to a good start for us. So I agree with a lot of what you said. He's not somebody that everybody looks at, but I have some high expectations for him this year.
And about the bullpen, they were a little rocky last night. Pitched very well. Can you just talk about them tonight?
Well, we used Fish back-to-back nights. I think our bullpen's definitely an area that you got to get them all in there. You got to get them time. And again, it's pitching in spring training is different than pitching here. In spring training, they know when they're going to pitch. Here, they have to get into that idea that mentally that they're not sure when they're going to pitch.